As always, I left home very early to get my flight from Edinburgh Airport to Amsterdam. I can't say I was really looking forward to it because it was really windy as we were boarding. Arrived safely in Amsterdam Airport. The flight was pretty rough getting here. Landing was a bit hairy, but we made it okay. Now just got to find the gate to my next destination. I'm tired. Because I was already feeling tired, I drank this coffee, checked straight through this security so I could sit with these people and wait on my flight. They were still unloading the luggage from the previous passengers, so I'm sure we were going to be a bit delayed. As it turned out, it was over an hour. Because of our delay, we missed our allocated takeoff time, so we had to sit on the plane even longer. But eventually we got our slot and took off heading for Kiev. This flight was much better. There was very little turbulence and I managed to grab a sandwich, which I had to pay for because it wasn't included in the price. And I managed also a quick nap before we landed. We've arrived in Kiev, just got to passport control, and now I need to find a taxi. So I'm in the taxi on the way to the railway station to get the train for the next leg of my journey. I got this taxi outside the airport, no problem, paid a little bit over the odds. I just want to get there now, so I'm not too concerned about paying an extra euro or two because it's that cheap to get taxis around here. Hopefully I'll have time to grab something to eat before I need to find the train and get onto it. It's been a good trip so far, but pretty tiring, and still an overnight train journey to go to finish it all off. Well, not to finish it all off, an overnight train journey to go just to get me to Kharkiv, and then I've got another journey of about 4 or 5 hours to get me back to Severodonetsk. Here I am outside the station. That's it behind me over there. I tried to talk inside, but there's loads and loads of announcements and I can't get a word in. I've got about 3 hours to spare before my train, so there's not really much to do around here. I'll go and get something to eat. There's a McDonald's here, not the best of food but always good in an emergency. And then I've got to find my platform, which is going to be an adventure all by itself, considering that I can't see anywhere where they're actually listing the platforms, the trains at the moment, but I'm sure there will be. I did ask at the information desk and she just said it'll be announced, but all the announcements are in Russian or Ukrainian, there's nothing in English. Anyway, we'll see how we go on. So here I am sitting on the floor of the railway station. Still got a couple of hours to go. I've had a look around. There's not really much to see, just the usual sort of shops, news agents and things. I've managed to locate a board that tells the train times and the platforms. However, it's all in Russian or Cyrillic at least, so not so easy to decipher, but I think I've managed it. And we'll see how I get on. Obviously I'll let you know. Well, here I am in my little cabin on the train, my sleeper. That's my bunk up there. I'd rather it was a lower down one, that would be easier to get into. But this looks really comfortable and I'm quite looking forward to the journey now. Toilet's just a couple of doors away, hope that doesn't disturb me in the night with people getting up for it, but it's also handy if I need to go. No, I'm quite happy, got here no problem. The staff are very stoic, shall we say, in their service, but efficient, and I got here no problem, so it's all good. So here I am, I've arrived in Kharkiv. It was a good night in the train. I got some sleep, not the best night ever because it was a bit rocky. Got coffee in the morning, which was a nice little treat. I've just got to find my pickup now, and I've got quite a long road journey ahead. It's about 24 hours since I left home, but I'm feeling okay, ready for the day. Could do with some breakfast, so I'm off to find that as well. I did manage to get a decent breakfast at the Reikarts Hotel, which is somewhere I've stayed a few times when I've been in Kharkiv, so I know it quite well. Next was a 5-hour car journey to Severodonetsk. Ukraine's huge, and I have driven across it from Kiev to Kharkiv already, plus this road several times, but I can't say that the landscape's particularly impressive. In fact, it's pretty flat and featureless most of the way. We do pass through a few small towns on the way down the road, but there's nothing really special about any of them. And the highlight of the trip's usually the coffee at the truck stop. There's several Ukrainian security checkpoints we pass through on the way down the road. Sometimes we get delayed, can be up for an hour or more on occasions, but today we were quite lucky and just basically got waved straight through them. The rest of the journey is pretty uneventful really. We do cross what used to be the front line. You see the old destroyed buildings and how hard the fighting must have been there. There's a pontoon bridge we have to cross because they haven't repaired the main bridge yet either. So I'm back in Severodonetsk after 32 hours of travelling, thereabouts. I've taken 2 planes, a taxi, then an overnight train, and then got picked up and a long drive back to here, which went okay. All in all, it's been a long journey obviously, but not quite as tiring as I thought it was going to be. I think a little sleep on the train last night was a big help. I did nod off on the car on the way down here. I do feel tired now, but at least I'm here and everything went smoothly in the end, all the connections, everything. So all in all, quite a good trip.